What's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a good week so far. So I couldn't help but notice Steam announced that Atomic Heart is verified for the Steam Deck. And so I went into it with considerably high hopes. And yeah, the game plays amazingly. And the graphics still hold up even with some of the compromises for the default settings. But the default settings is where the problem lies. So apparently Valve thinks that making a game Steam verified should allow them to completely remove the graphic settings for the game and the freedom to switch anything you want, like turning motion blur off or shadows. And I have been getting a lot of issues with the game from the initial launch day and even when it was playable. And switching all the settings didn't really do much for me, but I wouldn't want Valve to just completely remove the settings. It seems like the lack of freedom to customize settings or to even have the graphic settings available is a Steam Deck exclusive issue. And yes, it is an issue to not give PC players freedom. So the main question is, should a verified game mean less freedom for the player? And honestly, I think if they keep doing this, it would eventually make me not like the Steam Deck anymore. If you remove the only thing that makes PC gaming completely different from any other platform, just so I can get a steady 60 FPS handheld mode, is kind of a bummer. And honestly, I'm very surprised more people aren't talking about this. I know there's a lot of good stuff with the Steam Deck, but the fact that they call this game verified and they completely take away a feature such as graphic settings in a PC game is absolutely insane. Now, don't get me wrong, the game is very playable and it works, but that's not the question I usually ask myself when playing a PC game. I would usually like to customize the resolution and other features on the go and during the game, instead of using that external menu to set the resolution and then go in the game, like I apparently have to now. Which means, even if I set it to 1080p and I want to play docked, when I undock it, it's not automatically going to go to 720p or 800p, because I'm no longer going to have the option to change it on the fly. If they keep doing this, it's going to make games even harder to get back into in the Steam Deck, especially if you want to play on your monitor and then switch over to on the go if you have to travel. I'm just making this video mainly because I absolutely cannot believe they just pulled the graphic settings out of this game and didn't tell anybody, but instead flaunted that it's verified. It's verified because they removed freedom from the player. That's not verified. That's not even playable. And this is bad because this means that Valve is favoring console type gamers and casual gamers more so than their hardcore fan base. Atomic Heart is a huge game. It's very popular and it's still widely talked about. So I'm sure it's not because it's under the radar and they thought they can do whatever they wanted. It seems like a conscious choice to favor one demographic over another. I just hope they don't do this with Marvel's Spider-Man or the Halo Master Chief Collection or any other game that just hurts to say that might have the possibility of getting its graphic settings completely removed. I'm making this video so hopefully a lot of people know and Valve knows that this is not okay. And I already reported it in the bug report page and emailed Valve about this. And it seems like this update survived multiple iterations. It's not just the latest update that's disabled the graphic settings entirely. I can't believe you can even do that with a game, especially a PC game. That means that Atomic Heart on the Steam Deck has less freedom than any other port in terms of graphical options. The freedom in being a gamer is slowly disappearing, with almost everything being digital. So at least give us the freedom to pick and choose our resolution on the fly in the actual game. And sure, it might make sense to get rid of those options for specifically the Steam Deck so it can play the best with the best amount of battery. And Atomic Heart surprisingly does have a good amount of battery life, but not because of the lack of freedom. They should enable some kind of beta version to give us that freedom back. And I'm sure 100% of people would want more options opposed to none. So yeah, it's kind of dark times for the Steam Deck, and it seems like they are going the desperate route of just taking away your options to make a game slightly more stable. But there has been a lot of good Steam Deck news. It's just, this gets me a little nervous for what's to come. And I'm sure a lot of people out there are tired of going through the settings and they're tired of the random crashes because they put the settings slightly wrong or they messed with it or they changed something they weren't supposed to. But I love those options and I like learning from my mistakes. So Valve, give us the freedom to make mistakes again and also to discover the best way to play our favorite games on the go with the graphic settings that we know. I'm just surprised they would stoop so low. Did I mean a rhyme? I don't know. But yeah, guys, Let me know what you think about this, because I'm just absolutely livid. I can't believe that they would just completely take away an entire settings category just to make one measly game work, opposed to just admitting or giving us the best settings in an announcement, but instead they removed the settings entirely. That just pisses me off. Just give us the best settings and then we'll set it. We'll be smart enough to set it, or make it the default, and we'll just read the verified description saying that it works best with default settings. But yeah, I just wanted to give this quick update, and also let me know if there are other games that Valve removed the graphic settings from, because I haven't checked all of it. I don't really have time to check every single game that I have, because I literally have over 500 just on the Steam Deck alone. But yeah, hope you guys are having a good one. I'll see you guys next video. Later.